Hi, I am Don Kim, an acupuncturist in New Zealand and also one of the very few Korean hand therapy specialists in the world. Thanks for your interest in learning Korean hand therapy. This intro video is firstly about Korean hand therapy. What is Korean hand therapy? What conditions is it effective for? Why is it so powerful? Why is it the perfect complement to physiotherapy? And why is it also the best option to treat both your own condition and your family's? Secondly, I will briefly talk about my Korean hand therapy course, why it is different from others. Lastly, I will introduce the video recording package I'm currently promoting. Korean hand therapy is truly the perfect complement to physiotherapy, and I will explain why. But firstly, what is Korean hand therapy? As you see here, one hand represents the entire body. The palm side corresponds to the anterior side of the body, including all organs. Dorsal side, the posterior side. By stimulating specific acupoints on the hands, we can improve many conditions. What conditions is it effective for? Korean hand therapy is effective for almost any condition, from pain to even cancer. It is second to none, especially for the musculoskeletal conditions, including pain and acute and chronic injuries. Personally, I have numerous cases that prove this. It's also highly effective for women's condition. Why is it so powerful? You won't truly believe how powerful it is until you experience it. For example, I fixed 30-year-old sciatica with just 2 Korean hand therapy sessions. However, the reasons behind its effectiveness are not explained in books. Through my own research and practice, I have discovered 5 key reasons. Especially the first 2 reasons explain a lot about why Korean hand therapy is so powerful. What are the 2 reasons? Reason 1, the brain map. The brain map here shows the close neurological connection between the hands and the brain. As you see here, about 80 to 85% of our brain is directly connected to the hands. So stimulating points in the hands has a direct effect on the brain and therefore the related body part. The reason 2, in many cases, the best place for treatment is where the problem is. However, with most modalities, it's not possible to reach many areas of the body, like female organs or some part in the head, as shown in the picture. With Korean hand therapy, however, we can directly work on any part of the body, from tip to toe. Now let me tell you why Korean hand therapy is truly the perfect complement to physiotherapy. 1. As mentioned earlier, Korean hand therapy is second to none for musculoskeletal conditions, which are the main focus of physiotherapy. By adding Korean hand therapy, you will be able to improve many conditions that are otherwise difficult or even impossible to treat. 2. Korean hand therapy uses four main tools and methods. One non-invasive method called press pelleting is very simple to apply, yet highly effective for muscular conditions. And if you are an acupuncture physiotherapist, you are actually in the best position to utilize Korean hand therapy because you can use four main tools and methods, invasive and non-invasive. 3. Korean hand therapy, physiotherapy is great, but it can also be physically demanding on the practitioner's body, especially the hands, wrists, and shoulders. Incorporating Korean hand therapy into your treatments can help take much of that strain off your body. Personally, my practice has always been much busier than others, mainly because I added simple Korean hand therapy treatment. The same can be true for you, especially if you are an acupuncture physiotherapist. Korean hand therapy is also the best option for treating yourself and your family. Why is that? Some of us or someone we love suffers from some ailment, whether muscular or not. And it's not easy to improve these conditions naturally on our own. With Korean hand therapy, however, you can improve almost any issues, such as back pain, migraine, endometriosis, hypertension, insomnia, and the list goes on. So, Korean hand therapy is the best self-treatment method ever for you and your family. Secondly, my Korean hand therapy course. Why is my Korean hand therapy course is different from others? Here are 5 reasons. 1. Acupuncturist. To be a good Korean hand therapy teacher, you must also be an acupuncturist, as Korean hand therapy is from acupuncture. But most Korean hand therapy teachers worldwide are not acupuncturists. Learning from an acupuncturist who can comprehensively teach in English is essential. 2. Experience. Korean hand therapy has existed for only about 50 years, so it's very hard to find a teacher with ample field experience. I have practiced and taught it for nearly 40 years. Field experience is vital because much of what's written in the books or taught by inexperienced teachers is not practical or even correct. And 3, training. I learned directly from the founder, Oriental Medical Dr. Yu, and trained at the Korean Hand Therapy Wellness Center with Dr. Kim, who was the best practitioner at the time. There, I learned lots of unique and valuable knowledge and skills that are unknown to other teachers. 4. Practical value. Much of what I teach comes from decades of hands-on practice and special training. It is practically useful, but not found in books or taught by other teachers. 5. Learning time. It usually takes months, even for Koreans, to properly learn Korean hand therapy in Korean. I condensed the materials a lot by removing abstract or impractical parts. So in less than 20 hours, you can learn all the key aspects of Korean hand therapy. I had an interesting experience with a couple of acupuncturists in Asia. After seeing great results, they first learned Korean hand therapy for 40 hours from 2 non-acupuncturists. However, they were not confident, so they flew to Korea to learn directly from the Korean hand therapy main office. But the office couldn't find a teacher who could teach them in English. Eventually, they found me and flew to New Zealand and learned from me and left a fine Google review. Lastly, let me introduce the video recording package. The recordings consist of 4 modules covering all key aspects of Korean hand therapy. Modules 1 and 2 are mainly for pain and musculoskeletal conditions, and modules 3 and 4 are mainly for non-musculoskeletal and emergency conditions. The package I'm promoting now is for modules 1 and 2, and it costs 390 New Zealand dollars and comes with 1. 9 tool videos and 14 captioned videos, and 2. A comprehensive e-workbook 1, which is translated and adapted from 13 Korean hand therapy books and more. 3. PowerPoint teaching materials 1. And 4. A 40% discount voucher for online consultation. You will learn a lot of new and practical knowledge from this package, and I'm confident you will be able to improve many conditions that were previously impossible or difficult to improve. I also believe the videos and e-workbook will become valuable resources for you and your family. I'm very happy to share with you decades of my experience and expertise, especially before I retire. If you had any questions, please email me at oawcentre, CENTRE, @gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching.